Shalom, Shalom, it's Brother Baratiza. First and foremost, I'd like to give all the praise on the glory to Yahweh, Shabbat, Shema, Pekadash, Pakadam, that will also apostle has been listening well. That's where I know this truth from. Peace, love, salutations, all from the lake of Israel. Shalom to your Akim out there that's outside doing the work, speaking the truth and sincerity. It's Brother Baratiza. Channel, no time left. And we're doing a lesson on Matthew 24. So this is Matthew 24 and 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciple came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto him, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming, and what of the end of the world? And Yahushua said unto him, Take heed that no man deceive you. So Yahushua told the disciples, Yahushua told his men, the elect, that these things was going to happen, what I'm saying? And one of the disciples was asking Yahushua, when will these things will happen? And then the scripture saying that there's no man, nor angel, nor at the time, not even me, nor at the time, but my Father. This is Yahweh, the Heavenly Father. That's the name of the Heavenly Father. That's who the world enemy calls God. Yahushua Mashiach. He is to save, deliver us, and give salvation. That's who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. That's what it's saying. For many should come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and should deceive many. So you got these 501c3 pastors, pork chop being pastors, and you got these false Israelite camps, IUIC, HODC, GOCC, Sakari, one body, whatever want to be. I'm not going to say the Lord's name, because they don't even believe in the Lord, There's a video of them saying that they're not going to teach the doctrine that Esau is so-called white man. This is going off, according to the scriptures. So let me get Genesis. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. So all red all over, you ought to know what Esau looked like. He's all hairy. He has no pigmentation. He has no skin pigmentation. He's all red, and then they get skin cancer, They get skin cancer, and that's how that's Esau, But sometimes, there's a saying, but sometimes that person may look like an Edomite, but not Edomite. You know what I'm saying? They might be an Israelite to the spirit. It's all about the spirit, blood and blood, spirit. It's all about the spirit. All right. So going back to the topic, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors, and ye shall hear of wars and rumor of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're hearing the news about Russia going against the Western country, which is Babylon, aka America. Then China, China, South Korea, And then I could have sworn I saw a news article notification saying that the U.S. troops about to move in the Ukraine border, trying to support Ukraine, which could, cause World War III, But in order for World War III to happen, Judgment Day to happen, the main prophecy has to happen, which is the MOTB, Mark of the Beast, which is the microchip, RFID, NFC microchip. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. It's like nations shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdom. Like we just said, Russian, all these other countries are going against America, And best believe all these countries are going to go against America, you know. And then people are saying that America is the most powerful country. The only reason why America is so powerful country is because the allies, you know, and the peace treaty and NATO EU, you know what I'm saying? The seven beasts, the seven-head beast, the seven-head dragon beast. That's a NATO EU. You know, all the different countries that's with the NATO EU. You know what I'm saying? So, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So, you know, you got brothers outside on the streets teaching. You know, Great Millstone, you know, SOYWY. SOYWY camp. You know, they're teaching. They teaching. They teaching. You know, prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great. You know, you hear it saying, death to Babylon, you know, which is death to America, basically, you know, because America's been doing nothing but destroying Israel, you know, destroying mentally and physically, you know, but the worst is mentally. You know what I'm saying? They're destroying our people, the Lord's people, mentally, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, feminizing Israelite men, you know what I'm saying? Masculinizing Eve, you know? Eve on a date, you know, outside their nations, you know what I'm saying? They want to talk all this, they want to talk all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. 501c3 charges. You know, they lean on people, they lean the Lord's people astray. They lean the Lord's people astray, man. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of the many shall not expose it. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So, you know, like when people keep saying God is all love, God is all love. God is not all love. If he kills, then he's not all about love. He's all about, you know, he's all about that, you know, making his creation feel him, you know, because the Lord creates everything. The Lord is he's a plot manipulator, you know what I'm saying? He's a plot device. Yahweh is a plot device. That's the term that I got from the DC, from Cosmic Armor Superman. If you look up Cosmic Armor Superman, he was created by the race called the Monitors. You know, he has a plot device, meaning he gets to determine how the story goes, how it begins, how it goes, and how it ends, you know? He breaks the fourth wall. But the Heavenly Father is all above that, you know? He's above all the walls. He's above all dimensions. He's above the fourth walls. He's above all of that. Because he's the first sentient being. He's the first sentient being, man. That's what you got to understand. And this gospel, the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto the nations, and then the end shall come. So we're getting close to the end, man. You know what I'm saying? Which remind me, I had a spiritual vision last night. You know, with me, I was in a big room. You know, it was like a big white gold room. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm gonna use this analogy. It's like when you walk in a mansion, you see you in a big upper room, you know, like a big loft, you know. But it was a big room, and it was a big room. It was a big throne, and there was a big dark melanated man sitting in that throne, which is, I believe that's the Heavenly Father, though. You know, that's the Heavenly Father. You know, that's the Heavenly Father. You know, he sits in that fiery throne, and then there was like a lot of people. You know, there was like a nation of Israel. You know, including myself. He was just sitting down, like on the side of him, in front of him, and there was this big TV screen, this big huge TV screen, which represents there's a cameo, brother Brother Kazak from GMS Mississippi did a video like a long time ago that the lesson with the term called cameo, but you have a certain scene in the movie. This is the Lord's movie, and we're completely in the end of the movie. So we're not exactly in, but we're getting close to the end, And the end is when the MOTD gets made mandatory and martial law gets declared. The great tribulation. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath. So it's not going to happen on a day that we relax, It can happen on any day, It's not going to happen on on the holy days. It can happen at any time, right? Especially right now, while these prophecies are popping off, you got this microchipping people. It wasn't big like that back in the day, but now it is, because you'll see videos of like 3 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, the RFID and the NFC microchip, just keep popping up, and the articles are popping up too, you know what I'm saying? And what I've noticed is like they stopped talking about the pandemic, Now they're talking about war and all that. So, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall be no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those that he should be shortened. So, if you're not part of the elect, you're not going to be saved. If you're not part of the elect, you're not going to be saved. That's the whole point. And that's the whole point of being in this truth. You want to make sure you want to call your election sure. Because the Lord, he's going to throw down. It's like, I thought I saw something. But the Lord he's going to throw down, man. So you might as well get this word while you can. Then if any man should say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, and so much that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. So, we already know what's going on, because the elect are watchmen. You know what I'm saying? Their eyes are open. They see everything that's going on. You don't just watch one news source. You don't just watch CNN. You watch RT America, or you watch any different, or you read, or you have a news break app, where articles pops up in your notification to show you, to let you know of what's going on around the world. But those type of, but the war news don't get pushed out that much, because Esau is trying to put people back to sleep and trying to act like ain't nothing to worry about. But behind closed doors, he's trying to declare martial law. He's trying to implement that new world order on a surprise. And when you hear or see National Emergency Broadcast System alert, people are gonna be bugging out. That's the whole point. And that's the point of being in this truth. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning come out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall it also the coming of the Son of Man be. There you go right there, man. That's the whole point. Point blank period, Yahushua Hamashiach is coming back. He's going to destroy the wickedness. He's going to destroy these 2/3 and these heathens. And he's going to save the elect, 144,000. So who are the elect? Let's find out. Okay, so this is who the elect are that's going to be saved when Jacob trouble comes. So Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all tribes of children of Israel. So not everyone's going to be saved, only Israel, but beginning with the elect, 144,000. The tribe of Judah was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Asher was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Nephthalim was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Manasseh was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Simeon was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. The tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. After this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb, Yahushua. So Yahushua he's going from lamb to a lion. You know, Yahushua was a peaceful man teaching the word back in 2,000 years ago. He predicted this future, you know what I'm saying? He knew what was going to happen, you know, he knew the deal. He knew what he had to do. So he did it. He did the Heavenly Father's will with his teaching all over the world, you know, preaching the word, preaching the gospel, doing the works, and created a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? And one of the brothers, one of the men betrayed Yahushua, you know? And then Yahushua prayed. He prayed for that, for the Lord to take away from that cup. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that was Satan trying to get him to, you know, back out. That was Satan that was trying to get Yahushua to back out. You know what I'm saying? From dying on the cross for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. So, man's hour of temptation came, and he suffered the worst death. He suffered the worst death in the whole world, you know, but he died for the Heavenly Father, but he died for the children of Israel, beginning with the elect, 144,000. And that's what he's coming to save. And the 2/3, they're going to get reincarnated through the elect after the Babylon gets destroyed along with these other wicked kingdoms, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get our land back. So hopefully this is edifying. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Al-Kakadash Bakatham. Double honor to our pastor as witness on well, who I learned this truth from. And so I want to be sincere. I came that's out there doing the works with the truth and sincerity. With that, I want to say, Abba Ball, Shalom.